Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you that are celebrating it. And I'd also just like to say I love being thankful. I love spending time with my friends, but I also think we could all do our own part to take advantage of Thanksgiving as a way to give honor to those that have had to deal with people that take over their land. I have a lot of respect for Aboriginals or American Indians, whatever names. I think in Canada they're referred to as First Nation. I think we all just want to do what we can to acknowledge that there's more that we could do to be inclusive. So that's what Thanksgiving's all about. The the first couple of cards that I pulled for you are respect and risk. You deserve the best, and I respect you. I want to do the right thing. And I'm ready to take a leap of faith and risk it all for you. So I definitely feel like we have a love situation going on here, and that somebody, this could be a no contact as well. So somebody is ready to make some significant changes regarding a love situation. So let's call in spirit. A little bit of wind chime time. All right, we're going to get a couple more from the Untold Messages of the Heart, and then we'll dig into the tarot. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's gonna be a high of 68 degrees here in Tennessee, and I am so freaking happy about it. In Minnesota, it would be much colder. So, yeah, I do think we're dealing with a no contact situation. We have defensive and personal coming out. Defensive says, I'm not ready to talk. I will only push you away. And personal says, this isn't about you. I'm working through a personal issue. So we could have somebody that is working to address a breakup, a change in their career or profession, maybe even just, a family issue. I'm sure plenty of us will be dealing with family issues on Thanksgiving. Like, what time do we eat? All right, what else do we have, please? This one was flipped over. Pressure. I have so much going on in my life and I'm struggling to juggle it all at once. So this feels to me like somebody who is pretty accustomed to taking care of those around them. So there may be some toxic energy that this person's trying to get rid of. There may be some legal issues they're trying to handle. If there's distance between you, they might be trying to figure out how to change that, right? Oh, you are the only one. You are the one, the only one. It's like a little bit more specific. This person only has eyes for you. I get the impression this is somebody who has a few people interested in them, but it doesn't matter. There's something very specific or particular that they fell in love with you, and that's the only brand of tea they'll drink. I don't even know why I said that. There is, why did I flip that over? If you're confused, this person is also confused. They don't feel like they know what has happened, but they are upset. With sadness, it says, I feel like I've lost you and I'm not coping well with it. There may have been a significant change in the last couple of days or weeks that made this person feel like if they were going to pull their shit together and come towards you, it has to be like now. And that could be what's putting pressure on this person. but also made them feel like they've already lost you. Oh, it's just right next to me on the bench. Oh, this is so sweet, you guys. Somebody wants to apologize. Please accept my apologies so we can move past this. I do feel like whoever this is for, this is a very genuine energy. I think somebody has been trying to do things the right way and be respectful of everyone involved. So I do feel like that bodes well for whoever this is. All right, we're going to continue with the Meta Muse. Ooh, a little unwieldy. So somebody has realized that there was a situation that was holding them back. They may have had to really kind of ponder or consider what was going on for them to realize what needed to be changed or what the right course of action was. So we have somebody here looking at their options, and they know that some of those options are a dead end or a waste of time. I feel like, in particular, I'm drawn to the Christmas wreath, which is not normally something I don't think that is, in the cups for the 7 of Cups. But notice it's also the one that has the skull on the chalice. I'm taking that to mean that somebody is changing so much in their life, and I feel like Christmas is when they want everything to be, like, set. Like, I've worked on this, I've done this, I've crossed this off the list, I can get there by this date, and then I can talk to him or her this date, and then we can be celebrating the holidays together. I take the skull not as a bad thing, but as a completion to a change, that end of the old chapter so that you can start the new chapter. But I also feel like with this snake energy, there's 2 of them actually, but the purple one is what I'm looking at. There is, I think, somebody. It's literally crawling out of the chalice there. I feel like there's somebody that is trying to get in between these 2. Where did that come out? It was like this. And then we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. It feels to me like somebody's concerned that an action they took around the person that they love, because they were confused or they didn't really see the situation the way that it truly was, has put the final nail in the coffin on a situation they want to bring back to life. So I do feel like with the 9 of Swords in the reverse, even though they're concerned and anxious, they do feel like there's a glimmer of hope. There may have been something you said or something you posted that suggested maybe you're single, maybe you still have eyes for this person, maybe you suggested you wanted to talk through whatever this apology is. But I do feel like somebody is aware now that their actions toward you in the past were really just a self sacrifice. They didn't assess the situation the way that they should have. And as a result, they're feeling like they may have missed their opportunity. But I feel like there's a desire to give it one more try. We have the Magician and the 6 of Swords in the reverse. I feel like perhaps tying back to this snake energy where somebody may have been trying to get in between the 2 of you. Maybe somebody was trying to control the narrative or was spreading rumors or misinformation about the situation. I feel like that's been stopped in its tracks because we have the Magician in the reverse. Especially with this card, I think it's the dunce cap, honestly. This is somebody who is trying to do something to get the outcome they wanted. And I think it's only made them look kind of stupid if I'm honest, and put an end to whatever they were actually trying to do. It's like, oh God, what's a good comparison? This is just being forceful. Somebody who wanted to like okay, let's make this analogy. Let's say somebody wanted to budge in line at, a really popular restaurant. And they thought by doing so, they would be able to get the last God, what was the Seinfeld episode? Black and White Cookie, I think? This person's so excited because they, like, edged people out or, like, pushed away a granny or something to get to the front of the line, and there's just one person who's putting their order in, and then they get to claim their black and white cookie, and what happens? The person in front of them orders all of the rest of them, and they're screwed. So I feel like, in a sense, somebody felt entitled, somebody felt like they could manipulate a situation. Good morning, moon goddess. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, they felt like they could control the outcome, and they couldn't. They didn't realize they didn't have all of the information, but they thought that they did. And now there's a situation that with the 6 of swords in the reverse, honestly, I feel like it's a boat that has a bunch of holes in the bottom of it, like it's sinking fast. Whatever false narrative or lie that they were trying to, present as truth is now, I think, laid bare for the dishonest or deceitful action that it was. For some of you, this comes across as brothers or friends that have the same love interest. Woo, could get a little messy. But I feel like there's a little bit of a competition here for somebody's love. All right, so for hidden energy, we have the 9 of Cups in the reverse. If you're new to my channel, that's where it flips over but doesn't fall out. I consider that energy that you may not be aware of. So this is telling me that somebody here was trying to be sly, was trying to be selfish. They were trying to, they maybe thought there was only like a 10% chance to be successful with this love interest that they wanted to pursue. But they knew that at the very least, if they didn't get their chance, they could maybe ruin it for somebody else. That's so rude. But it's hidden energy and it's not working. Whoever tried to do this, they were exposed or they didn't consider something that actually ended up being pretty critical to the situation. We have the Queen of Swords and the Emperor. So this Queen of Swords is underneath the Sadness card, where somebody feels as though they have lost you. And I view this as fairly likely that we're talking about a masculine feeling that he's lost a feminine energy because of her boundaries. This doesn't look like a particularly angry feminine energy, but she is kind of disinterested and letting everybody know she has the biggest sword in the room. It's like, wish a bitch would. And there's butterflies indicating to me that this feminine energy has gone through at least one change, but it could be 2 changes recently that has changed her perspective or helped her move forward in a way that maybe was difficult previously. I do think this Emperor is representing 2 different energies. I think this Emperor is this Queen of Swords standing in her masculine energy as well as her feminine energy. But I also feel like the example or the way that this Queen of Swords is going about her life is inspiring others to stand up in their own authenticity or in their own power. I think that this masculine energy has to travel a decent way to get to this Queen of Swords. And that could be a little bit of a problem, especially if you're in the United States, because everybody and their dog is flying. So we have the devil. We have a masculine energy who had a choice or has a choice. It might not have been made yet. We have the Queen of Swords on one side, somebody that inspires this emperor, somebody that really knows their boundaries and intellectually stimulates this emperor, and probably also other ways. And then we have this emperor considering the alternative. And this would be the more low vibe option, right? Because this is where people end up dealing with codependency, addiction, not really showing themselves the love that they should, right? So we have somebody that is, I think, making the choice to leave behind the things that used to make them happy because now they've seen something even more brilliant. They've maybe not had a lot of experience with unconditional love until they encountered this Queen of Swords. Oh, this is great. Remember I said that skull is making me think of the death card? Dun dun dun. So we have somebody that no longer is dealing with confusion. They have some clarity on what it is that they want because they have transformed, because they have stepped into their emperor energy. So we have the Seven of Wands, and what I feel is we've got some masculine energy feeling like they were overly defensive of perhaps their independence or their heart in a situation where they shouldn't have been. And this has caused them to have some anxiety or sleepless nights. However, I'm also noticing that this is somebody who has had to climb to get to the top of that. And I feel like, especially because we've got that lightning happening in the background, it's this person realizing that they need to defend something different, that they were defensive, wanting to be independent or wanting to be, unattached, unemotional. And now they're shifting gears and they are choosing to fight for the love that they once were defensive against. Oh, nice. So we have the High Priestess and the King of Wands in the reverse. This is basically what I just said, you guys. We had somebody that was refusing to really listen to their intuition. Happy Thanksgiving, Mr. McCoy, Mrs. McCoy, I can't tell. Oh, we got pink in the profile, so I think there's a chance it's Ms. McCoy. We've got somebody here who is being a bit of a bully. Somebody who is overly defensive, quick to argue, probably also wanted to kind of make a mountain out of a molehill, right? Like you maybe said something that wasn't really that offensive, and then they like blow it out of proportion just so that they can push you away because you've made them feel something that they haven't felt before. You've made them feel like they have to change their life. I also feel like to some extent, this overwhelming emotion and this desire to be independent kind of clashing within this person might have created a really moody or like unpredictable energy for this person. So I feel like their close friends or family members would have been like a little bit worried about them. Like, I've never seen you like acting this way. Like, are you okay? Is there something you need to talk about? And I feel like they would have been really hesitant to talk to too many people about this in part because I think that they were worried about how they would be seen, how they would be judged. So their concern over how they were seen ended up creating an injustice in their own life, where they ended up realizing they had pushed away something that they really did want for the sake of those around them. There may have been a third party in the situation. There could have been like an ex or somebody that they had been in a relationship with on and off that kind of dictated for them what a relationship really meant. And it was something that this person didn't really enjoy. So this could have been somebody that didn't really take, um, vows seriously or being loyal seriously. I also feel like if there was a third party in this situation, and I don't think this was like I'm married and I'm cheating and everybody knows anything like that. I think there would have been like a relationship that was ending and somebody not really ready to jump into something new, entering the dating scene and then being like slapped in the face with unconditional love unexpectedly, like, whoa, I'm not ready for this. Like I just exited a relationship. I'm not looking for something serious. This is too much. And it may have been in part because this ex was still kind of trying to get that person back and there was too much going on. I feel like though there is a genuine desire to avoid drama and be respectful about how the situation is handled. We have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is clarifying the Emperor. When the masculine energy here chose like the low vibe option or did not choose what made him happy, he saw some loss or bad karma. Things may have gotten more chaotic or hectic for him. And I think he would have realized there was a balance or some sort of serenity around the person that he cared about that he wasn't able to duplicate. But I have good news for you. There is a strong desire to tell the truth, come clean, be very like open and direct, have a heart-to-heart conversation, and no longer be no contact. This Five of Pentacles in the reverse is I want to be back in your life. I don't want to be left out in the cold anymore. And there's a sense this person realizes that the price of admission is the truth. All right, we're going to continue with the Everyday Tarot. King of Pentacles in the reverse. Tower. Sun in the reverse and Page of Wands. So we could be dealing with a masculine that is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but it doesn't have to be. More so what I see is somebody that was kind of resistant to the idea of being that really dependable partner that, you want to be in a long-term relationship with. There was perhaps a number of situations where this person had kind of sidestepped real love. And I feel like at this situation, when they met whoever this feminine is, this probably Queen of Swords, but it doesn't have to be, there was something that changed. There was a significant feeling of discomfort for this masculine energy. And they tried to, the Sun in the reverse, hide how they felt. They didn't want to communicate what they actually felt. They wanted to pretend like the normal bullshit that they had been encountering, whether it was, just day-to-day stuff or actually dating stuff, that it would kind of stay at a manageable, like, I understand that I've been there kind of situation, right? It's like when I was getting ready to move, I didn't want to dive into doing the live readings because it's a different beast, right? Had to learn different shit. So I wanted to do that when I got in Tennessee. I feel like this person was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. I don't think I can really handle like diving in and fully immersing myself in this overwhelming love. I've got to get some balance in my life and, deal with some of these situations so that I can be in a place where maybe I could. Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups, Four of Cups in the reverse. I don't think this feminine energy has any idea that this masculine energy is still interested. Maybe just a glimmer of hope. But I feel like this Queen of Wands has options. She is somebody that draws in others, right? There's a magnetism to the personality. There's something alluring, right? This is somebody who would, like in my mind, I'm hearing somebody who has a really infectious laugh, right? Maybe you're walking into somebody's place and towards the back of the house is where everybody's hanging out. And before you even walk into the room, you can hear, like somebody who's just 100% living their life, right? So I feel like there's a sense that this person is concerned that if they take too long, this Queen of Wands is going to have another option. And the Four of Cups in the reverse tells me this is somebody who consistently chooses happiness. This feminine energy doesn't let herself get stuck in relationships that are unhappy. Maybe she used to, but she doesn't anymore. And there's a sense this masculine energy knows that she has a forward momentum. She's going to only stay on a bus for as long as it takes her the direction she's going, and she's not going to stay on it just out of convenience, right? Just because it's comfortable. We have the Strength card in the reverse and the Nine of Wands. I think we have a little bit of timidity. I think somebody's a little bit worried to approach this feminine energy with Strength in the reverse. I kind of feel like this feminine energy is a little bit of a beast. Like no one can really tame her kind of thing. And that this masculine energy is looking at her or looking at like somebody who can't be tamed and thinking, I think I can do it. I think we could be like tamed together, right? But I think this guy knows there's only one chance left. This guy's already been through a lot, right? With the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, that's somebody who's maybe even a little bit frustrated, a little bit like over it, kind of. I do feel like there was some sort of community or foundation that has been dismissed or moved away from or changed. There was some level of toxicity or codependency that may have been holding this masculine back initially. And then this unconditional love just like shook him out of it. I feel like there's a lot of thinking about each other, probably a lot at night in particular. We have the Empress in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the reverse, and Eight of Wands. This is actually really nice. So this Page of Wands being clarified by the Empress in the reverse is kind of suggesting that this masculine energy, after moving away from this person that showed him unconditional love, may have tried to casually date in an attempt to maybe find somebody close or similar to this energy that wouldn't have had all of that other drama around it. But this person realized finding an empress is like finding a needle in a haystack. If you find it, you don't let it go. You hold on to that. So I do like, see, it's almost like he's looking at a needle. But I feel like he was like measuring or like comparing others against this feminine energy that had made a departure. And I think the reason this masculine started to realize he needed to make changes is if I can't find somebody like her, then I've got to make things work with her. And I know if I want to make things work with her, I have to stop being this unreliable Knight of Wands energy. In the reverse, that's somebody who's really hot and cold, really difficult to depend on, could be argumentative or moody, and, disloyal. But then we have some help coming in. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. This is the energy of somebody who wants to come clean, have that heart-to-heart conversation. I know things didn't go well in the past, but I want to be honest with you about what happened. I didn't tell you the whole story. But if I tell you the whole story, it's because I want us to be able to move forward. I want us to be able to take action together. Like, the fact that there are two birds on either end of these 8 wands makes me feel like somebody wants to move forward in a couple. They want to be, because I'm pretty sure, don't they say doves mate for life? I don't know. I just feel like somebody is changing their ways, wanting to come forward and be honest, and then right off into the sunset together. Oh, excellent. We have the Devil in the reverse, Chariot in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Knight of Swords. So this feels to me like what somebody had to do before they could move towards this feminine energy. With the Devil in the reverse, I feel like somebody felt they needed to, here, let's make it so you can see that a little bit better. They felt like they needed to be able to let go of the emotional stuff first, right? Do I have anything that is holding me back in terms of an addiction, codependency? This person wanted to choose the right path, choose happiness, because this is under 4 of Cups in the reverse. They may have had some car issues or just general problems pertaining to being able to pick up and go. If you live at a distance, this person might have had to work out, how do they have time off from work? Is their car suitable for driving? Are they going to be able to fly to you? And then with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, do they have the funds? Have they set aside time and money to be able to travel towards you? Is there a gift they want to be able to give you? This feels like somebody who realizes that if they're going to come forward towards you, they have to do so very honorably, and they have to explain or demonstrate for you that they have actually seen your value in addition to changing, and that they want to invest in you, right? So this could be somebody who feels like they need to, get a tattoo of your name before they come over. Don't do that. Don't do that. They're fighting for the 10 of Cups. This feels like somebody who wants to move in with you. Maybe not right away, but it is, I think, their end goal. We have somebody who has seen that they were overburdened or overwhelmed in a situation that they kept giving to, but getting nothing from. There was no return on investment here. This is like throwing money into a well and thinking that it's going to return a winning lottery ticket. They realized they were living the wrong way. They were living in a way that wasn't authentic. And now they are stepping up, right? I feel like this is like kind of pre-emperor vibes. Somebody realizing, I don't want to be a knight. I'm ready to be a king. I want to be able to let go of what's holding me back. I want to live an honest life. I want to move towards the person that makes me happy. And how do I do that? I do that by living an honest and authentic life and letting go of the burdens that aren't mine. For hidden energy, we have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So I do feel like there may have been some blockages here for this person. They may have had to deal with, a layoff or needing to sell a house, something along those lines, waiting for an inheritance. But there was a change in perspective here that has been motivating this person in almost everything they've been doing. It's like somebody who's building their own house, laying that foundation. They know what the end goal is, but they want to really take their time with that foundation because they want that to be a house that sits there comfortably for generations. King of Wands. Somebody's very passionate about this. I think there's a focus and a dedication to this pursuit, but I also see this as competition because we've got two masculines facing each other, weapons drawn, and it looks like they're talking like, well, what did you do? Why did you do that? Why did you say that? I don't know what, she's mine. I do feel like there's somebody who is, well, here, let me show you. It's like, this could even be the feminine energy in the Hanged Man position between the two of them. We have two masculines and somebody in the middle like, oh God, what do I do? Well, I'm kind of stuck. I can't do this, you guys. This King of Swords has healed and I feel wants to make an apology. This King of Wands, if it is indeed a different energy, is doing something against his better judgment. So if there's somebody who is more likely, let's say you're facing two love offers and one of them might be a little bit more head over heart, analytical, methodical, and I think you would be able to sense they've been healing or they have healed from a difficult situation in the past. That other option that you have would, I think, be a pretty stark contrast to that in terms of they're not healed. They're trying to pull off some sort of trickery. So you wouldn't get like a fully honest vibe from them. They might know you well enough to know that they have to give you some truth. So they'll give you 40% truth and then hold the rest back, not realizing you have your ways. You'll probably find that out anyways. So I guess if you have two love offers coming towards you, go for the person that you can tell is 100% honest. If anybody's doing the doing some dance or making some weird comments or avoiding your questions, who's not really ready, right? We have Justice. This feels to me like somebody, actually I think two people who have been through a lot of difficult relationships, finally being able to come together and be together and have that unconditional love that they've been seeking. All right, let's get some angel romance oracle for you guys. We have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Let go of control issues. So I do feel like this masculine energy in particular probably needed to let go of some control issues, but there may have been something here about the feminine energy as well. I'll take all of those. We've got retreat and passion. So I do feel like there's somebody at a distance here, right? Like somebody needed a little bit of a break from all of the chaos, especially since it's the holidays now, right? But there's a lot of passion here. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. All right, that's all you get from that one. All right, a couple more from the Gypsy Oracle, and then I think I'm gonna go make some mashed potatoes. So I think somebody has made the choice, and possibly both people are, to leave a community or a specific residence behind, a living situation possibly. You might have had roommates or an ex-partner living with you. There's, with malady in the reverse and joyfulness in the reverse, somebody I think is feeling upset at how they treated another person. It's not necessarily keeping them bedridden, but I do feel like it's something that's constantly in the back of their mind. So they want to come forward with some roses. Not necessarily specifically that, but I do think they want to come forward and explain how much you mean to them. It's like a really weird background behind this person. I don't think I ever noticed that before. I feel like there have definitely been a number of obstacles for this person to actually get to you. And it's pissed them off or frustrated them a little bit with despair here. I think also because they may not know for sure whether or not you have the same kind of feelings they have for you. But this could also be that competition, right? So somebody may make a kind of half-assed offer to you first. You may say, no, thanks, but no. And then this person's upset, but that's that King of Wands who doesn't actually have anything to offer in the way of, being a loyal partner. And once that person who has tried to make an offer to you kind of gets sidelined, realizes they don't really have an option here or an opportunity here. Sorrow in the reverse. I feel like this news gets back to the King of Swords, or the option here that does have the ability to, be in a serious relationship or wants that, right? And we have Sweetheart in the reverse, but they might have trouble finding this feminine energy. This might be somebody, like if they just moved or if they changed their phone number, not hanging out with the same group of people, whatever it is, I feel like this feminine energy is a little elusive. And this masculine energy might be moving as well, might be moving from a couple of different places trying to find this feminine energy. But with the Merchant here, I also feel like for some of you, this person could be in sales or own their own business. We have Consolation and Fortune. I get from this more so that the universe is excited that you both were doing the right thing for yourselves, and there's going to be a fortuitous outcome here. So because you both put in the work, you get unconditional love. That seems like a great place to end the reading, don't you guys think? All right, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, lots of delicious food. If you're not in the United States, I hope you have a wonderful Thursday or rest of your week. I'll try to come back on again yet today, but for sure I'll be back tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed giving it to you, and I'll talk to you later.